Welcome to Facts for Real videos. Let's face it, our sun is actually doing okay as stars go. Come on, that's very dull, there's nothing unusual about it. Despite the fact that there are millions of yellow dwarfs like it in the cosmos, we still like it since it is the solitary star we have, and it sustains us. But it wasn't always that way. Once upon a time, the sun may have had an evil twin. We now know what happened to it. Now let's find out. This object is a massive molecular cloud, commonly known as a dark nebula. There are a lot of interstellar clumps, which are collections of stars and gas dust. These clouds frequently assume bizarre, wacky shapes and lack distinct boundaries. Some of them are even visible with the unaided eye if you look up at a clear night sky. They resemble dark patches all over the brilliant Milky Way, where our sun was born some 4.5 billion years ago. One of these molecular clouds gave rise to the sun billions of years ago. Energy waves were moving through this area. They gathered all of this information and compressed it. When these aggregates formed dense nuclei, a protostar was created. A ball of lukewarm hydrogen and helium made up the protostar millions of years ago. As a result, the temperature and pressure inside the balls rose. The sun was born as a star. But not all of the material in this molecular cloud was converted into the sun. Instead, some of it started to circle around the new star and, as you would have imagined, gradually transformed into planets, including our Earth. This is how our solar system was formed. However, it's likely that this is not the full tale and that another star was born concurrently with our own. The sun's lost twin is constructed from the same substances and operates under the same conditions, but why do we believe it to exist? To find out, scientists recently developed various statistical models. These models and new information about how stars are born have demonstrated that many stars do not form individually. However, after more investigation, in clusters or at least with one sibling. The majority of stars do indeed occasionally birth with a companion when they develop inside molecular clouds, according to experts. For instance, a little star will rotate around a large star to keep them together. They occasionally even combine to produce double, triple, and other star systems. Their journey may always diverge. Our sun undoubtedly experienced the same thing. It might not even have had one, it might have had a sibling. But a large group of young siblings and a larger twin with a comparable bulk and other features. However, if that is the case, where are you, our lost victory? We do, however, have one hypothesis, and it holds true. In the 1980s, this twin might not be as good as it first appears to be. Every 27 million years or so, scientists started to observe a definite pattern in the history of the Earth. Large-scale extinctions have occurred on our planet, give or take. In the history of the planet, a catastrophe of some kind changed things once every 27 million years. Its biosphere continues to function as though something predetermined triggered them. Then an astronomer, Richard Muller, hypothesized that the occurrences might have been caused by something. He suggested that the celestial body might be a dwarf star that is too dim for us to observe. Its possible distance from Earth is 1.5 light years, and it spins. It takes the sun around 27 million years to complete its enormous orbit, and as it approaches us while getting closer to the sun, it begins to produce total havoc. This terrorist adapts the comet's trajectories in the Kuiper belt or Oort cloud as a result. All of these comets begin to streak directly toward us before colliding with the planet and causing similar mass extinctions. This potential star was given the name Nemesis because of dinosaurs. It is the name of the ancient Greek god of retribution. Perhaps it is getting even with us for not knowing what it is doing. It did not like the fact that practically all of the dust and gas from a molecular cloud was removed by the sun once upon a time. Grew to be a major star. But in the end, the twin remained little and shadowy. It felt compelled to take off in the middle of nowhere because no one would find anything like this amusing. Numerous theories have been advanced by experts to explain the enigmatic Nemesis could be a brown or red dwarf that is the last of a dying star's remnants. Its fuel, or perhaps it's not even a star at all, but a renegade planet larger than Jupiter. Whatever the case, whatever. We don't like that it exists, but we are currently unable to identify the offender, despite our best efforts. We have yet to discover any Nemesis evidence. Recent studies have questioned this. If you dig deeper into the fossil records, you might discover the hypothesis of regular mass extinctions. You'll observe that these disasters didn't happen on a set schedule as scientists today believe, but rather seem to happen very randomly. If Nemesis could really be real. Additionally, they claim that any star moving in a similar orbit would be extremely unstable, making it highly improbable that it could have endured for that long. But notwithstanding the absence of convincing proof, online, Nemesis had gained a lot of notoriety. It is still mentioned in several news and articles in various settings. They enjoy dismissing everything theatrical. On this enigmatic star, things like tsunamis and asteroid falls are happening throughout the world. All of this may seem like a standard urban legend at this point, but even if Nemesis doesn't exist, there is a crucial point to remember. It doesn't necessarily follow that the Sun didn't have a twin who came before all else. It still applies to what we discussed in the beginning. Second, since most stars had siblings, the likelihood that our Sun had one is still very high. There may be proof of this missing twin's existence, and it is most likely present someplace in the Oort cloud. This enormous cloud, which is located at the edge of our solar system, is made up of many comets and other interesting materials right now. According to scientists, this cloud contains a variety of leftovers and bits from everything that was still around after the creation of our solar system. Scientists have discovered something intriguing in this Oort cloud, which is similar to a big museum of our past. Basically, this region appears to be overly dense, and our existing theories about how the solar system formed do not match how the Oort cloud actually appears. It weighs too much. Because there are some remnants of anything in it, indicating that the solar system formerly contained something that is yet unknown to us. But when researchers included in a potential second sun in their calculations, everything fell into place like a puzzle piece. The weight of the Oort cloud on the lost twin exactly equals the gap. So yeah, it's quite likely that the Sun had a twin. What happened to it, though, and where is it now? Sadly, they were presumably born after the star was already quite far away. The daughter and son. Okay, Sun 2.0, and that time only lasted a few million years. They have to be totally cut off. Possibly hundreds of light years away from us at this time is the second twin. The Milky Way can contain it anywhere, so potentially we could locate it. But to pull that off would be really challenging. We must locate every star that is comparable to our Sun and is roughly the same age. Even if we build a list of all of these stars in the Milky Way galaxy, what comes next? There is no way for us to determine which one was the Sun's true twin. So, it's likely that the lost twin will stay missing, and our Sun will always be alone. What a terrible tale. However, be happy for us, it's probably the best. Perhaps the solar system would not have evolved to what it is today if we had two suns. There could be no life at all if our planet doesn't even exist. As a result, we should probably be thankful for the sun's sacrifice, because otherwise, our sunsets would resemble theirs. That's all for today. They have on Tatooine cool. So, if the video satisfied your curiosity, please like it and share it with your friends. If you're still curious, click on these videos and stick to the facts for real videos.